Theodore Roosevelt. I have always said I would never have been president if it had not been for my experiences in North Dakota.
Huh.
Legendary. Okay, well, so far across the United States, we've been to places that I thought I would never go to, and we have been pleasantly surprised, and we've been through the unexpected, and I honestly don't know what's left for North Dakota. Well, the sign says legendary, so maybe we'll go with that.
All right. And oil fields, lots of oil.
Oh, fracking.
Yeah, the frack.
We're gonna have a fracking good time in North Dakota. Alright, this is kind of a dumb highway trick to keep me entertained across states, but I'm really fascinated that every state has a different symbol for their highways. Kansas is a sunflower, the state of Washington is literally Washington's face, South Dakota is an outline of the border of South Dakota, but I have no idea what North Dakota's is. I kind of think it's a buffalo. Or just like a box.
Splat of oil.
Hopefully we find other stuff that's more exciting than just the highway sign, especially if the highway sign isn't exciting.
Look, there's three big piles of dirt, but two really big piles of dirt.
Okay, I was kind of right.
What's that?
The highway sign,
What was it?
it's a box,
Oh.
but it's actually the outline of North Dakota.
Uh-huh.
So they clarified it by writing North Dakota above the
Nice.
the state.
Well, you know, it's kind of a box of a state.
Maybe that's what the theme of North Dakota is. Think inside the box.
That's a lot of bison. There's National Park.
Well, let me say, this is the first rest stop national park I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Oh, it
they're
looks
thinking
nice.
inside the box.
They are thinking inside the box. Theodore Roosevelt. I have always said I would never have been president if it had not been for my experiences in North Dakota.
Huh.
Legendary. Alright, so Theodore Roosevelt National Park actually has two portions to it, and they're like not close to each other. They're like 60 miles apart. It seems like the most popular one is the south unit, which is the one that we're driving into right now. There's about a 30-mile loop that's a kind of a wildlife scenic route, so I think it might be a good time to do kind of a sunset safari. You can go see all the prairie dogs.
Now it's the morning.
Thanks.
Alan, Steve, Alan, Steve.
Alan?
Steve? No, not Steve. He's going home.
Alan?
Wild stallions.
Those are like the meanest things that they got, I think, honestly. Well, I did see on the website, might have been the scenic loop was closed for only 2 miles because of road damage, so I wouldn't think they would close the entire road, and I didn't see any COVID alerts or any other alerts that would disallow travel throughout the entire scenic loop, so. Okay, so we only got 12 miles of the 38 miles, but it's better than nothing, so.
Yeah, well, we'll have to turn around and, do about the same amount of distance.
So I guess we'll get 24.
Yeah.
But that'd be, I mean, it would be a bummer if you know, the only road in here is kind of the road straight through it. Because I haven't even seen any bison except from the interstate.
Yeah.
Good morning from Theodore Roosevelt National Park. Fortunately, Theodore Roosevelt is another national park that is almost entirely surrounded by U.S. Forest Service land. That is the Little Missouri National Grassland, which means that we can camp basically right outside the gate of the park. But I want to talk a little bit more about how we know for sure that we're camping in a place that is legal. So I want to show you something here first. This is a map of the park, and if you look closely down here, it says Little Missouri National Grassland, and it kind of just looks like the grassland is everywhere here, which it pretty much is. But what you aren't seeing is that there is a lot of private land kind of patchworked in here. That includes a little town here, and that also includes some ranch land in the area or just general private land. Keep in mind that national forests, especially national grasslands, and BLM, Bureau of Land Management land, may also be used for grazing, so there could be fences on public land as well. I want to show you an app that is called OnX. And the way that this works is it's essentially a database of land ownership anywhere in the United States. If you zoom into the area that we're at, in green you can see the national grassland, and you can see that there's a lot of areas here that look like they would be grassland that are actually privately owned. We made sure that when our location dot was at the spot that we wanted to camp, that we weren't either in somebody's private land or driving through somebody's private land, or we're back in the national park. It is a subscription service. It's about $15 for all 50 states a month, which for us right now is totally worth it. It's not necessary, but it definitely is one of the easiest and most efficient ways to make sure that you're not ending up camping on somebody's ranch that you could get kicked out of at 3 in the morning or something like that. So, okay, it's getting hot. I gotta go. Okay, so if you were to guess, what do you think are the main reasons people are traveling this summer? Number 1, national parks. Number 2, weddings.
So we're just gonna hit both right now?
We are gonna do both at the exact same time at Glacier National Park, with literally a wedding inside of the park.